Alright, so Murder Drones just ended, and holy shit, it was awesome. I could actually feel myself hyperfixating on the show again. I could feel like the Sulliver was coming inside of me. Wait a second. But anyway, this video is just gonna be me ranting about what I like about the episode, then giving my honest thoughts. This isn't an analysis, this is just stuff I like about it, about the episode, and what I think about it being the finale. First, spoilers for the entirety of episode 8, obviously. It is honestly just so fucking good, and I would highly recommend you see it blind. I realize there's a spelling error. I realize there's a lot of spelling errors now. Anyway, so yeah, if you haven't seen the series and you don't know anything about it, go see it blind. Like, go watch the entire series blind first. It's super bingeable. The animation at the beginning is a bit rough though, but that's because it's like 2020 glitch. You know, so they were still, and they were like a child now. They're like a young adult now, basically. If we're talking about animation quality. But yeah, I obviously recommend you see it blind. So, first, and let us begin the video. So the episode basically starts where the last episode left off, and with Uzi being in space. Uzi starts flinging around, and eventually her mom catches her, and they have a little convo with Uzi's mom communicating with the Rock, and Uzi using her visor, because robots can do that, I guess. And it's basically like, hey, we need to kill Sin. Do I let her take me over again? Only if you a little bitch, And then my boy N shows up, and just look at this animation.
Spaceship pilot!
After that, Sin destroys the pod Uzi and N were using and start plummeting to the planet. And then the best thing of this episode happens.
Well, that's a serious issue. Before that whole thing,
we're, like, dating, right?
Oh, yeah.
Just because I can't always read.
Like, yeah?
Yay.
Let me tell you, I popped off when this actually happened. I was actually, like, legit tweaking, but in like a good way. I was shouting peak and was genuinely concerned my parents were going to come in and see what the fuck happened. And then I was going to have to explain why I was tweaking so hard at two robots getting in a relationship on the funny indie animation show. But, skipping forward a bit, it's revealed that V is alive, and she's riding one of the Sentinels, which are like these robot things that were designed to kill, I think, disassembly drones, and then just went rogue. Her and Jay start fighting, with Jay being the traitor here, but she's like, no, V, you're the traitor. V is like, fuck you. But after that, then after they fight for like a few seconds, N and Uzi come in, and then Uzi fires a black hole through the core of the planet, shutting down this Sulliver until Sin's like, yeah, no, fuck you. Aw, yeah. And then it's like, aw, yeah, time for the final Well, fuck. N tries to do something, but then Sin is like, alright, then you're first, you stupid little bitch. And then Uzi has to watch her boyfriend get killed, which is definitely not going to be traumatizing for her. Skipping forward a bit, V and J are still fighting. Skip forward just a few seconds more.
Leg.
Skipping forward a bit more then, V starts panicking, which causes N to blow where their cover is. Nice job, dumbass. Which gets his core ripped out yet again. V runs outside, and then Sin walks out looking like a motherfucker and is about to eat N. Then Khan actually does something for once for his daughter, and knocks N's core out of Sin's hand, which lands back in his chest. And when I saw this, I thought Khan actually had the Sulliver for the second because of this little brown circle. Turns out, no, I'm just stupid. And I started tweaking again, but then I rewatched it and I was like, no, it's just the remote. But yeah, and then Sin is just about to kill them again. And then Uzi shows up and is like, you can't kill these conventionally attractive robots. Oh, you're cool. Oh, you're here too, V. Cool, I guess. And then Sin is like, you're fucking lame. And then Uzi's like, Well, at least I'm free, bitch. Uzi gets the pickaxe. She summons the fucking pickaxe like the Sword of Zeus or some shit like that, courtesy of her mom. And then the final battle actually begins. I love this entire fight. The Nightcore and the Nightcore song perfectly fits like what Uzi would listen to in a battlefield. And the animation, like they popped off with this shit. It's so good. Like the sword fight especially is like the best part of the fight. The way the swords clash goes well with the music, as well as just the whole choreography is so good. Also, real quick, the little detail of the prior hazard sign appearing on Jay when Uzi gets the railgun is a great callback. But anyway, on to other things. I like the black hole clash at the beginning. Yeah, it causes the planet to shake. That was really cool. Sin tries to trick Uzi with a fake out of N yet again because Uzi's just stupid, I guess. Yes, but then the real N, who is back now, saves her from Jay's assassination attempt. And then Jay dies, probably. And then N is like, it's time for... We need a handshake or something. Then the final boss and then the all-out battle with Uzi and V and Sin versus Sin happens. And dude, this battle and animation is so fucking peak. Hell of a boss could never. By the way, Sin's animation throughout the entire fight and episode is so good, especially her expressions. They're so goofy, and she really is just a silly little goober who just eats planets and other stuff. Then while V is still... And then... skipping forward a bit more in the fight, V is fighting for her life against an eldritch god deity thing, and N and Uzi are just doing a little handshake like they said they would, and it's really cute. Skip a tiny bit, N and V are pushed away, or smacked away I guess, and Sin tries to take Uzi's core again by pulling a JoJo and teleporting behind her, but Uzi's pirated anime, she like me for real, and knows this trick, so she spins around and V teleports directly onto her hand. Her chest, at least. Well, yeah. You get what I'm trying to say. Sin rips out her core, and then snaps her fingers, which activates the rest of the black hole that I guess was just chilling in the center of the core, smashing through it, which burns Sin's core because it killed the soul of her, effectively, that was infecting the planet, which causes Sin's core to burn up, and that's a black hole. Zombie Sin, like actual definition of Sin, not like actual definition of zombie, not vampire like Zombie Sin, tries to eat the black hole, but Uzi's just eats that shit, and then Sin is like, when I saw this, I was dying. I was so excited and amplified because of how fucking peak this was. My adrenaline was all over the place, and it amplified all my other emotions. But Sin dies officially, and yeah, eating a black hole will do that. Skip ahead a bit more after, like, you know, the dust settles and shit. Khan and Nori reunite, and Khan is like...
Smash.
And the best part of the whole episode happens. Uzi's two-tone eyes are so fucking cool. It's really cool. Some other stuff happenings. This drawing of N, that I'm assuming N did of himself, looks like the guy from the Pokemon games, which he shares a name with. Maybe it's the hair and the pencil color. But anyway, the credits scroll with this really cool song. It's so good. This entire soundtrack for this episode is so good. Mainly the credits in the Nightcore battle song are really good, are my favorite, and they're my favorites. I think it's just because I like songs with vocals. I'm not a huge instrumental guy, unless it's like lo-fi or I guess funk could be considered like some type of instrumental. But yeah, basically I'm more of a lyrics kind of guy. But yeah, and well, that's basically the episode. So now it's time for my final thoughts. So my final opinions. This show is so fucking good, guys. Everything from the callbacks to the music to the animation in episode 8 is just so good. To the damn Uzi and N shipping. I was shipping these motherfuckers since day one, okay? But I was sane and mainly kept it to myself, I promise. Anyway, it's a phenomenal ending to a phenomenal show, and I'm so glad it happened rather than sad that it's over. And this video does nowhere near the justice that happened in this episode, so I highly suggest that you go and watch it if you're confused. Watch the whole series, And anyway, yeah, that's all. We'll see you next time when I talk about, probably, in my opinion, one of, like, an extremely broken character, one of the most broken, probably in anime, in my personal opinion.